Where is John? I know he was here.
Yes, we established that earlier. He helped with the scene outside, then left.
I don't believe you. John was inside this building, and I guarantee he's still here now.
Agent, you'd better back down. You're really pushing your luck.
You know something about this place. There was an investigation here that you helped on years ago.
I've been doing this job for almost 25 years, and most of that time I've served right here in Boston. I've been all over this city. I don't worry about the past, Agent, because the present is where there's work to be done.
See you around.
I hope not.
Ah, hello again, Ms. Reed.
You. I have questions for you.
Of course. Come, admire this painting with me, and I'll answer all your little questions.
It manages to look both tortured and noble all at once. I like it. Okay, asshole. You know Cordelia. You work for her. You're going to tell me everything you know.
Please, this sort of brash display might work on terrorists with double-digit IQs, but here, honestly, do you have a warrant? Were you not in fact extended an invitation that allows your continued presence here? And can that invitation not be rescinded? Now I have said all that I am allotted to say about Ms. Smith.
Listen, I don't care what sort of games you want to play. If there is anything going on here not in line with the law, I'll make sure you hang by it unless you speak up now.
In that case, it sounds like we have both said our piece on the matter. I suggest that you keep the tone of any future exchanges between us more cordial than this one has been, especially if you wish there to be future exchanges.
Just before Max Smith's death, you were working on something with him. I need to know what.
Unfortunately, those were private matters. Nothing I can disclose to you.
There was a lot of strife in the family at this time, but it seems like you and Max got along pretty well if you were working together.
Are you playing some sort of game? Getting me to discuss the fight I had with Max just prior to his death won't implicate me in anything. You surely already know that an FBI agent was here and asked all about this.
Asked about what? What fight?
A small scuffle. We were in his office one night, burning some old documents. A fire was going, and he started with some hot-headed accusations. He'd been getting increasingly paranoid, and this was its peak. I'm ashamed to say I lost my composure. I struck him.
Struck him? What, you gave him a backhand or something?
This was not one of my prouder moments. I had Cordelia's silver necklace in hand. I swung and gave him a hit on the head. Nothing severe. That's all I'll say about this.
You're just standing here looking at the painting?
Indeed.
You've been looking at it for a little while.
You were educated in a far more fast-paced and self-indulgent era, so let me explain. I am not standing here begging to be taken somewhere by a fleeting entertainment. Actual art, my dear, requires something of you. Hard work. So yes, an hour with the painting is not uncommon for me.
What do you do here exactly?
As I already said, I am the Smith family lawyer. At one point, Cordelia's brother Max and I worked long hours getting together all sorts of business plans, working out business models. Now my role is something a bit more lackadaisical, keeping the minor business details in order, doing a few consultations here and there, looking after the towers.
Well, keep watching the paint dry. I need to go. And if you're hiding something from me...
I wouldn't do anything to obstruct the workings of the law. I am a lawyer, after all.
Exactly. Empty. It looks ornamental. Maybe it's one of those singing bowls. This is the necklace that Scorobius was talking about. The one he struck Max with.
You have to stop this insanity about telling Keith and Cordelia. Max, I've told you 1,000 times why we have to do it like this. There are legalities involved, things that you are better off letting me handle.
I've been reading about how you handled it.
What have you been doing snooping around in my basement?
Educating myself. I might not have understood why you used me to get Keith to sign all those documents over the years. But I understand it now. My parents weren't trying to punish me. They didn't set up our inheritance to go through Jeff Therian. It was you. And there are people who wouldn't mind knowing about this. You know, people who bang gavels. Or maybe one of those FBI agents that were just here.
Of course, because you can wash your hands of it. You've done what you must to take the money from Jeff, down to the last penny you've spent.
Yes, I told some lies, and I broke some laws. I can own up to that. But Cordelia is asking questions, and Keith is getting suspicious. Look at this. That was my mother's, passed on to Cordelia, but Keith had it. They know something is wrong here, and they're working together to find it out. I won't let you pull my family apart. I trusted you all these years, so now I'm going to ask you this, and I'll ask it once. What is this?
You would never understand. All you do is moan about how much money you need and need and need. Here's the difference between us, Max. I don't need you or your pesky little sister for anything.
Of course you don't. God, Cordelia sensed something was wrong. Why didn't I listen? Jeff has all the money. You made sure of that. anything happens to him, the money doesn't go to me or Cordelia. If he dies, it goes right to you. Get out of my way. I'm calling those agents.
I'll kill you before I let that happen. I'll... Ugh.
Oh God! What was that? Is that going to happen? Is Scorobius going to hurt Max? Hey Keith, there are a couple things I wanted to say.
Okay. What things?
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about what happened with those agents earlier. I didn't want to upset you, but I needed to help Max.
Yeah, well, I guess I understand. But you can imagine how it feels to be in that position, right? To be taking a hit for him when he wouldn't take one for me?
You shouldn't be so hard on him, but I do understand. And all I can do is say I'm sorry. We'll sort through this. Keith, there's something I need to tell you. I didn't want to bring it up before, but something's going on. I've been having these visions.
What are you talking about?
Look, I didn't want to upset you, but I've been seeing visions where Max gets killed. At first I thought it was me who killed him, but something is going on between Max and Scorobius. I'm worried. And now I find out Scorobius has some kind of secret room in Max's office.
Killed? Are you sure about this? I know you're good at predictions, but...
Trust me, Keith. This is real.
I know about the elevator. I had a work area in the basement until Max and I got into that fight. He said he'd need to rethink my privileges, and he changed the code.
I need to get into that room to find out what's going on.
I don't know the code anymore, Cordelia. Believe me, I'd love to find out whatever it is that they're doing and drag it into the daylight.
Is there any other way we can get down there?
No, the elevator is the only way. But wait, I know. I have something here that can help us. When we're done here, I'll fill you in. Okay, if that's all, take a look at this.
What is it?
It's the rocket ship from the Ori that's upstairs. The thing with the planets. I outfitted it with a camera. I was going to use it to find out what Max has been hiding from us, but this is the perfect use for it. If you bring it down, we can use it to capture the code we need. I'll get the camera ready.